What up, Zeros and Ones? This is Mike Bust from Arcadians, and in this video I will be discussing the light bowgun from Monster Hunter Tri. Light bowgunning amongst high-ranked players is a decided rarity, and I will be displaying methods and equipment setups for doing just that. Original credit for much of this video's content goes to Tim the Enchanter from the Social Dissonance forums. So let's start by discussing what exactly it is that separates the light bowgun from other weapon classes. Amongst bowgun weapon classes, the light bowgun has the fastest draw and sheath speeds and the fastest walk speed available. The light bowgun has side hops and a back hop that are similar to the evasion moves that lancers or switch axers can use. And using high rank equipment, those wanting to maximize light bowgun use have a large number of options between shot types and playstyles. As such, I'll be using some of the sets designed by myself and Tim the Enchanter to showcase different play techniques and how they can be used effectively. All monsters shown in this video are high rank, and to a certain extent I got decent quest times despite certain damage deficiencies associated with light bowguns having lower levels of raw damage. And I will discuss that in more detail at the end of the video. Starting with the side hop, or back hop, the player is granted some evasion frames that can be used to get beyond the reach of certain attacks. As well, the side hop and back hop can be used to keep a healthy distance between the player and the monster, and for the majority of my usage of the hoppings, this is what I intended it for. Firing just as the monster is finished with their action, then sidestepping while they're turning, which is technically after they have targeted you, creates a large amount of space to further react in, which helps with setting up distance for the next line of attack. For this reason, staying aggressive with the light bowgun is really fun, as you can essentially always stay one step ahead of the monster. Particular to Monster Hunter Tri is that utilizing rapid fire disallows sidesteps, so normal bowgunning evasion techniques will have to be employed when using those types of shots. I'm going to start here with rapid fire dragon, as it's one of the most impressive uses of light bowgunning that one can find. The rapid fire dragon shots, while disallowing sidesteps, can still benefit from the fast draw and walk speeds and work around the monster effectively. Since dragon shots don't draw from the bowgun's raw attack, those properties can be of benefit to the light bowgunner. For armor skills, I went for bonus shot and elemental attack up, as those are the premium skills for use with rapid fire dragon shots. Since the only shot that could really benefit from recoil reduction is the Wyvern Fire 3, I just opted to stick with the gun's native recoil and grab Bombardier and ParaMaster for skills instead. With load up, the elemental shot range could be improved, and the general balance of elemental shots ends up somewhere between good and serviceable. It would probably be a well-suited bowgun for a burnt offering, so you had some balance between Ignoctor and Uragon if you wanted to use it that way. I had a good deal of fun using the Wyvern Fire 3 shots, even with their heavy recoil, as one can still line up evasions to deal with the continuing aggressiveness of the monster, and I found that to be helpful. Next up is a light bowgun with rapid fire water capability. By using this setup, gunners can move more freely between rapid fire volleys, and it works well in solo or group play. Essentially the same armor set as with the rapid fire dragon setup, but just with load up instead of Bombardier. Really, the emphasis is on bonus shot and elemental attack up though. I did my playtest on this bowgun with the Royal Launcher stock as opposed to the Blizzard Cannon stock, so that I would have slightly more recoil reduction, as my original playtest was an Ignoctor solo, but the use and purpose of backup shots is entirely at the player's discretion. This is a light bowgun with para-emphasis, and the paralysis potential is actually quite good in this bowgun. There are a couple of different ways to set it up. The setup I stuck with has some more damage potential with the Wyvern 1 and the Crag 2 and 3 coming out of the Needler barrel, but the light bowgun barrel could also get you the 2 extra para 2 shots, so there's some potential to go whatever direction one would like. The gun can also orient towards Thunder Shots, Pellet 2, and Pierce 2 with 0.9 range, so a supplemental damage strategy can be developed beyond the application of paralysis. The gun benefits most from recoil down +3 and load up, to help expand the gun's basic ammo loadouts. Pierce gunning can be accomplished really well on light bowguns. Tim came up with a Royal Launcher frame, Tropico barrel, and Blizzard Cannon stock, with which, if you have Pierce shot all up, it loads 357 in Pierce shots with 0.9 range. My personal preference was to swap out for the Jagged Fire barrel and get a range of 0.71 with only low right deviation, rapid fire Pierce 1 when the monster moved more slowly, then run the Pierce 2 and 3 when I needed to dart around more. It already loads 255 in Pierce, so I focused on bringing up my affinity instead of putting points into Pierce shot all up, Simply manage those kinds of pierce guns at your discretion. No discussion of light bowgunning and try would be complete without discussing everyone's favorite musket, the Aquamatic Spark. The Spark rapid fires Crag 1 shots, loads Pierce 1 at a range of .80, has basic status abilities, and has the highest raw attack of all the light bowguns. It also even loads a Plus 2 shot. My first demonstration of its use is paired with Pierce Shot All Up, Pierce Shot Boost, Steadiness +1, and Bonus Shot. By emphasizing the Pierce capabilities and rapid-fire Crag, many purposes can be served with the KO or exhaust potential of the Crag shots, and also those highly damaging Pierce shots with the extra mobility thrown in. This method was highly inspired by Wes of Capcom Unity, although I believe he uses a slightly different layout of armor skills. I think he might skip the Pierce Shot All Up entirely, which actually makes a little more sense than actually using that. I just happen to like the extra Pierce shots. An alternate method of use is to use it as a Plus 2 gun. Simply bring your best clustering armor set. For me, it was Recoil Down +3, Load Up, and Clutch Shot All Up. And just prepare yourself to keep a healthy distance while you bounce along with the bomblets. With the benefit of the Spark's backup shots, this becomes a completely viable Plus 2 option and invites some fun gameplay action. Last but never least, the fake Gunlance is all grown up now. By pairing the Jagged Fire frame, Needler barrel, and Wrath plus stock, an evasion-friendly Wyvern Fire 1 maining bowgun is born, and by pairing the gun with Adrenalin +2, Load Up, Recoil Down +2, and Evasion +1, what started as a joke in the Wyvern Fire tutorial is ready to take on the world. Of course, the Wyvern Fire 1 shots will hold their own, and the Rapid Fire Pierce 2 have only a few realistic applications, but with Dragon, Slicing, Crag 2, and Flaming shots in supply, one can still keep up with the rest of the team on any monster. Tim the Enchanter is of the opinion that this bowgun represents the best in light bowgunning and try, and clearly I wholeheartedly agree. Ultimately, every bowgun in this video serves some application, but to my mind, the fake Gunlance says light bowgunning and Monster Hunter Try best, as it combines some of the elements that make Try unique in how bowgunning is set up, what with replaceable parts, and to the best of my knowledge, the removal of Wyvern Fire from subsequent entries in the series. Even if you have never bowgunned before, you should at least give this puppy a try, as it is essentially a beast all its own. Stay light on your feet and set the world on fire, folks, because Monster Hunter Try has found its fake Gunlance. As previously mentioned, the content of this video was largely first reported by Tim the Enchanter, with only some mild alterations on my part. A link to the social dissonance thread is provided in show notes, which discusses these sets in greater detail. Thanks to everyone that came along for the light bowgun hunts, including Benjamin, aka Monster Hunter God 99, Gale, Stoic Deviant, Checkmate, aka Lightnin', Paul, Mort, Saruto, Rory, and Carnivore, also known as Darius the Great. Not featured in this video, but also keen to the light bowgun hunts were Ellipsia and Alec. Sorry I didn't get to fit you guys in. Also not featured is Soy, but he's always here in spirit, so he gets a note of thanks, of course. Moving forward, like all of my Monster Hunter videos, this video is about having as much fun as possible. And so it's at the player's discretion how much productive use one gets out of light bowguns, as opposed to moving up in weight class and getting higher raw attack, or other properties that may be of benefit. The most significant benefits may come from using light bowguns in smaller group settings, or even in solos, specifically due to the increased evasion potentials. If you can make use of the added mobility, light bowguns come highly recommended for their unique properties and are worth adding to your repertoire of playstyles and skills. In conclusion, have fun out there, peoples, and as always, peace out, Planet Monster Hunter.